Hello again, everyone. Joanne with StampingInTheValley.com, and welcome to my craft room today. I am going to be making this beautiful card with you guys today. It was inspired by another demonstrator. I saw it on YouTube. Her name is Jan Brown. Look her up. She's got a lot of great ideas. So we are going to be using the Daisy Delight stamp set, and she inspired me and showed me how to use these stems in here and the little flowers that go on them, and that's how I was inspired to make this card. And look at the inside. I made my little part inside where you can write your sentiment, and I did these little flowers, stems kind of on the side, so I thought that really came out pretty. I sure do appreciate her creativity with this card. So, and then I used the Label Me Pretty stamp set right here with the punch to create our element here on the bottom. This was a lot of fun, and I've popped it up with dimensionals. I know you can see that right there to give it some real nice depth to that element right there. I'll be back in a moment and we'll get started with this card. We're going to begin with a card base of Berry Burst, and this is cut at 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4, just like that. Okay, we're going to fold it like that. Then this piece is Whisper White, and it's just 5 by 3 3/4, and this is what we're going to do our stamping on. Okay, because they're photopolymer, I'm going to use the foam mat, and I'm using Berry Burst and Tranquil Tide today. Here. Let me move that down just a little bit so I keep my ink where I need it. And then my Tranquil Tide. Great. Okay. So I'm going to take from this stamp set this long stem right here with the little leaves. And I'm going to tap it into my Tranquil Tide very lightly. And you don't need to push these, okay? It's just a down and an up. Very, very light touch. I have a piece of scrap paper here because I'm going to come off the edge, but I don't want to not incorporate this little leaf down here. So I want to make sure that that's up in the Whisper White. This one I'm going to make a little shorter. Down and up. That's it. Ink it up. This one I'm going to make a little longer. Whoop. Perfect. Then this one's shorter, but again, leaving my leaf. And this one longer. I'm going to get some ink up on the top there. Now this is really bad to have ink all over it like this because I've pushed in the ink pad too hard. I have to be very careful that I don't ruin my card now. So I just want to do it easy and up. That's all it needs. Okay, next I'm going to come in with this little branch. It almost looks like her stem, and it has little things out here that we're going to put some little flowers on in just a moment. This is going to go in the middle, and again just tap tap, and I want to incorporate the very bottom one. Okay, so I'm just kind of watching what I'm doing, and I'm going to go short, and then long, and then short. Perfect. Now we're going to go into our Berry Burst, and this is a two-step stamping set. As you can see, let me bring the set in. You have 2 leaves and 2 middles to the daisy, and then these 2 flowers right here. So it is a two-step stamping technique, which I love because you can do generation stamping and you get that much more, I think, bang for your buck out of your stamp set. I'm going to close the Tranquil Tide because we're done with this color for right now. And here's our Berry Burst, and we have our card. Now none of this goes off of the page, so I'm going to take my scrap paper away and just work on my foam mat. So I'm going to bring this in, and these are just little flowers, little teeny tiny flowers. If you hear a mower, they're mowing outside. It's a beautiful day in Upper East Tennessee. I should really be outside trimming the bushes, but I saw this video and I wanted to pass it along to you guys. So I'm going to ink this up. And again, see, I really kind of pushed down too hard, but I'm going to stamp very easily. The two go on the top. The two that are closest together are the top of the limb or the branch or the stem, whatever you want to call it. And go ahead and kind of take your time and look over it and stamp. That is lovely, absolutely lovely. So delicate. So I'm going to stamp this. Beautiful. And then this one right here. And I turn it to where I'm lining up my top ones, trying to get the other ones in line also. It's beautiful, just gorgeous, just a lot of fun. Look at that. Didn't that come out pretty? That really makes those stems look lovely, very lovely, I think. Okay, now we're going to do our flowers on top, and the flowers just go on the big ones, okay, on the top. I am going to bring my scrap paper back in because I'm going to stamp off. I like to use the solid image first. You can do either or. If you want to use the outline image with the solid ink first, do that. I like to do my lighter image first. So I'm going to tap into my Berry Burst, stamp off to the side with a nice solid pressure on it, and then I'm going to bring this in and put my flower right there. So I'm going to do this. Keep stamping off. And then right there. Beautiful. You are really watching this card come together, guys. Now, the next one, which is the outline, I'm going to use full strength, and this is why it's two-step stamping. Get it in the vicinity. It's supposed to look like a watercolored look anyway, so it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. In fact, you really don't want it to be. There we go. And that's how fast we have made a blank piece of paper into something absolutely gorgeous. I'll be right back and we'll continue on with the effects on this card. So now we've stamped this beautiful part of the card, the outside, and it looks beautiful, it really does, but it's flat. And I love the way that she used the brick embossing folder. So that's what we're going to do right now. You're going to put this in here. And let me tell you something about this brick embossing folder. I don't put it right to this edge right here. Okay, I come in on that line where the bricks start. Okay, line up where you want it. Like I want a full brick on the top, a full row up there. That's where I want to start. Nice. Now I'm going to run this through my Big Shot. And we're going to come out with a really nice embellishment here. Whoop. I'm stuck. There. Really nice embellishment for the front of the card. Let me move my Big Shot out of the way. We're going to use that again, though, in just a moment. Take my sandwich apart here. I'm still using this technique because this is the pieces that I have that go with my Big Shot. And if it's not broke, why fix it? You don't have to order everything that's new. Look at how gorgeous that came. That really makes that piece of the card, the front part of the embellishment, like the flowers are growing up the wall. I love that. Now we're going to move on and start our embellishment right here. Now we're going to do a little bit more stamping. This is from, I love the Label Me Pretty stamp set. And I love this "Thank You for Caring" right here. I think that's awesome. And the "You're the Best." I think that's great. These are beautiful. Everything on here is beautiful, especially if you do any canning. This is fantastic to have on your products. Okay, so I chose this stamp, and I'm going to ink this up in our Tranquil Tide. And I'm going to go ahead, and it is and because this is rubber, I can just stay on this surface. I don't need to use my pad. Down and up. It's a very light touch, guys. Then we bring in the new Pretty Label Punch. Isn't that adorable? Looks like clouds to me. And I'm going to put it right in here, and look at how that frames it out. Just going to hold this a little closer, leaving a nice border all the way around. Take your time, line it up. It's so beautiful. Right there. So I'm going to punch that out, move that to the side. I like the flowers going up, and then there's these little butterflies right here. Then I've got really a piece of scrap Whisper White, and I'm going to take the Thank You for Caring, and I'm going to do that in our Berry Burst. And again, it's just a simple down and up, very light touch, okay? Now this is going to get run through the Big Shot. Let me close these up, and I'll bring that Big Shot in for just a second more. Right here. Okay, and again, I've got my magnetic plate, and I'm still using all the old techniques because nothing's broken yet. These plates, guys, are 4 years old. I'm not kidding. I've been a demonstrator for 4 years. That's when I bought a lot of this product and equipment, and it has lasted me. My ink pads are fantastic. The things, just long-lasting, good quality crafting products. So I'm trying to get that right kind of in the middle. It does touch a little bit on the outer part of the stamp, but I still like the stitched effect. And I love rolling stuff through the Big Shot. Like I always say, if you ever have a storm, you can always craft with a Big Shot because it's not electric. We'll take that off. Beautiful. And we've got our embellishment right there. Great. So we're going to bring our Pretty Label in, and we're going to attach that right there. Let me get some dimensionals. I'm going to put 2 on the back of the Thank You. And just get that right there in the middle of those flowers. Isn't that pretty? I love being able to pop it up, and then I'm going to pop it up on the card when we put that together. That's a great embellishment and fun to make. I cut a piece of our finely woven ribbon in the Berry Burst. I love this ribbon, guys. The touch and the feel of it, it's just so soft and makes a great embellishment for a card. So I just want to get it nice and straight, so I'm going to line it up on one of the bricks right here. I'm going to flip it over first and put some snail here, just to kind of secure my ribbon down while I'm working on the other side of it. So bring this in and just line it up and just put it into the snail right there. And then bring it over to the other side, and then not pulling the ribbon that tight to bow the card, but just to get a nice even line with your ribbon and just the nice width of the card so that it lays flat. But I am going to put a glue dot behind it. I'm going to reattach this You do get to move it around a little bit. Right there. Okay, just like that. Now I'm going to flip it over, finish applying my snail, and going back over that ribbon. You can use any kind of adhesive, snail, Tombow, fast fuse. Make sure you get it to the edge though. I'm going to bring in our card base that we talked about earlier in the video, and then I'm just going to place the front right there. I went for a larger border because I love this berry burst. What a beautiful color. Beautiful. Now I'm just going to take, I've got some glue dots from a previous paper pumpkin project, and these are kind of large. I like those. I saved them. I'm just going to stick one under here. You can use a small one though if you want to, just to hold my ribbon down so it'll hold it in place. Because this little embellishment that we made, we're going to flip it over and put 2 more dimensionals on either end. And we are done with this card. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I love this stamp set and the punches and the you know, I'm all about this new catalog. Right there in the middle, look at how beautiful that card is. I'm not going to make the inside on this one. You just take a piece of Whisper White at 4 3/4 by 3 1/2 and make your little stems there, just like you did on the front. Okay? Thanks again for watching my video. Remember, if you order $25 in product from me this month, here are your free kits. One is a card with the envelope, and the other one is the wood crate with our beautiful daisy punch. I love that, and I do send you the fluff. The video, please watch the video at the end of this one, and it'll tell you all about this special. Thanks again for watching. If you need to order any Stampin' Up! Products, please go to stampinginthevalley.com, click on the big blue button, and order from my online store. If you are a new customer and place a $25 order, I will also send you a brand new catalog for free. Thanks again for watching, and have a great crafting evening.